Hi guys, I'm Pastor Akers here at the Lutheran Church of the Resurrection, back with another quick video. You'll notice our sanctuary here doesn't look like it normally does. I've got a whole bunch of paraments laying out, and that's because today I want to talk to you about liturgical colors, what they mean, and what do we use them for. So, paraments, banners, colors, why do we use them in the church? Well, if you didn't see our last video on the church year, I recommend watching that before this because these liturgical colors tie in with the church year. And so we are currently in the green season, which green is used in the church year to mark ordinary time. And we use that to mark the Sundays after Pentecost, and also the Sundays after Epiphany. And so green is used for that. We're currently in the season after Pentecost, and so we have the green paraments, the green banners up, and it just helps to signal to us that we are in the normal season, so to speak, as we walk through the life of Christ in the Gospels together. So stay with me here, and I'm going to get some of these paraments changed out. Forgive me, I'm not going to do the big banners because those are a lot of work to do, but I'm going to do the paraments and get those changed as we walk through together the liturgical colors and how that will go. So we'll start with blue, which will be the next season of the church year, which is Advent. Stay with me as I do that. All right, that easy. Color is blue, and that marks the season of Advent. And Advent, in some churches, is marked by the color purple to associate it with the penitential idea of Lent, as we'll talk about in a minute. But more recently, churches have begun using blue. It's actually the official blue that is used is called Marian blue, or Mary blue, to remind us of the Virgin Mary and her role in the birth of Christ and what all that means for us. But I like blue for Advent because it makes it distinct from Lent, and it is a way to visually signal the uniqueness of this season, again, as we celebrate Christ's first coming and look forward to his second coming. So blue is used for the season of Advent, which is the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. And the next season then is Christmas, and so that is the color white, which is not just used at Christmas, but it's also used some other times of the year. So I'm going to get these switched out so you can see what that looks like, again, part of the green banners, but stay with me. Here we are, white. White marks the season of Christmas, but it doesn't just mark the season of Christmas, it also marks the season of Easter. And so white, of course, represents purity, and so we use that to signify the most important and special days in the church year. Christmas is white, like I said, Easter and the season after that is white as well. But there are also a couple other days throughout the church year that we utilize white. All Saints' Day. We use white as we remember the words of Revelation, where the saints have been dressed in white robes. We utilize white at the feast of St. Michael and all angels as we remember what the Lord does for us through the angels, and how St. John talks in his Revelation about how St. Michael, the archangel, will come and overthrow the dragon at the end. And so white is used to mark the most special of days in the church year. And so if you ever see white paraments, white banners, you know it's a special day in the church year. So that's what white is used for. The next color that we've got is purple, which transitions us into the season of Lent. So stay with me and we'll get the purple out. It's easy to get these mixed up. The wrong one on the wrong side. So here we are with purple, and again, purple is for the season of Lent. Purple is often associated with royalty and the purple robe that's put on Jesus during his trial. And so we utilize purple for this season of Lent, which marks a penitential season, as I talked about in the last video, and how we remember Christ's suffering for us and what that means for our salvation. So purple is used exclusively for the season of Lent, which of course rolls into Easter, where we would go back to the white color. But there is one more color that we utilize in the church here, and that is red. So stick with me, let me get that all set up here, and I'll talk about what red means. So red is the final color that we have to talk about that is utilized within the church here, the final liturgical color. And we utilize red for special celebrations, often called feast days, because in the old days, the church would gather and literally have a feast to commemorate certain special days. So these feast days are not quite on the level of like Christmas and Easter, but they are still important days in the life of the church. So Reformation Sunday, when we celebrate the Protestant Reformation, and what that means is red. Pentecost is red. An installation or ordination of a pastor would use red because it's a significant day in the life of the church. So red doesn't have a particular season per se, but it's utilized to mark special days. So anyway, I hope that all this was helpful. It helps give you a better understanding of liturgical colors, how they fit in with the rhythm of the church year, and all of that. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. Otherwise, I appreciate you joining me, and until next time, God bless.